Good morning. Okay, so Priyanka is here. Priyanka, you ready?
Go for it.
Okay. Welcome, guys, and good morning to an exciting Sunday morning. Something that you may not have ever experienced is the experience that we want to create here for everybody this morning. My name is Sheetal Gurung, and I'll be leading the next 90 minutes of this financial success model for all of you present here. So joining me are my team members, Beena, and we have Priyanka Bhatia, who is a co-founder and a lead consultant at Women on Wealth. And we are also joined by Saloni Jain, who is also a key community member and a team member with Women on Wealth. I welcome everybody who is here today, Kadambari, Pooja, Poonam, and Priyanka Prashant. So a little bit about who you are interacting with. My name is Sheetal Gurung, and I've been with Women on Wealth for the past 6 years. And my story goes that I came in because I was an educated woman, but financially uneducated. And I had no clue about where my money was going. So it was just by sheer luck that a family member, introduced me to Women on Wealth. She just said one fine day when I had gone visiting her, she said, "Hey, if you're not doing anything this weekend, why don't you come and attend this free session, just like the one you guys are attending today?" But at that time, 6 years ago, we used to meet offline and not online. And I walked in not knowing what to expect. Then when I and by then I had already been working for 10 years, so I had been in a decent job and earning decent salary. So that was happening for me. And uh, yeah, I walked in. Then there were other women as well, just like everybody. Then we had to do a certain exercise. Okay. And I had till that day not acknowledged that I had, I didn't have the skill to take care of my money. So when I did this exercise, it showed me how, the myth that I had lived with, that I don't bring enough money, and if I'm facing money challenges, I need to bring more money. That's the solution, is what I thought. Then when I did this certain exercise and I calculated my net worth, first of all, I had no clue that there was something like a net worth. Okay. So that day I got to calculate that, and I saw how at that point I had brought in some 28 lakhs in my life. I had earned that much money. That is all I could think of and calculate on that day. But what I had to show for the 10 years and many, many thousands of hours of work that I had put in and bringing money home, I had nothing to show as my net worth. In fact, I learned that I had a negative net worth because I was in credit card debt. So that's where my journey began, with negative net worth. And today, where I am, so, on that day, I decided that, oh, I could go on working for 10 more years, earn a whole lot more money, which I was positive about, that, okay, I will earn a lot more money, but I would still have nothing to show for it if I continue to live my life the way I had been living my life financially. And that's when I decided I had a choice to make. I could go on like this, but I decided that no, I will financially educate myself. I will skill up in this area. Finance is a skill and anybody can learn it. Just like driving is a skill, just like cooking is a skill. Everybody can learn it, right? If somebody shows you how to do it, if somebody tells you step by step, this is what you do, and then you learn it, right? And that is exactly what I found here at Women on Wealth. At Women on Wealth, what we do is we help women take charge of their finances, and we have been doing that since 2011. So far, impacted over 4,000 women who have been impacted through, such sessions that we do online. And, we have also, we work with, okay, so the Hina is saying there is no sound. Okay, somebody, if you could take care of that. Um, Yes, so where were we? We were talking about women on wealth, been around since 2011. We work with women from all backgrounds. They could be homemakers, business women, professionals. So we work with all women from all backgrounds. And what we have been doing here is really helping women learn the methods of managing their money, of growing their money, okay, learning about investing their money themselves, and doing it independently and confidently. Now, when we talk about independence, doing it independently, the society we live in is made up in such a way that there's a clear gender role division. Women do this and men do that. Men are generally seen as the ones who would go out, earn money, bring back home the money, and then the women takes care of the household and the children. So this is the makeup of the society that we live in. Although I do want to acknowledge that it may not be true for all the families, but by and large, this kind of system still exists. And how do I know it? Because I speak with women every day. I listen to them talking about things like, I want to become financially independent, right? They have been married for some time, and maybe they had been working for a long time, just like, I've been working for a long time. But after marriage, there are different choices that life throws at us. There are circumstances which happen. And sometimes we may choose to be home, take care of our family, and then motherhood takes on, right? Um, so during this period, then women, if they had been earning money, they're left with now no money flowing in. And there they start to become financially dependent on someone. Okay. So this is what women share with us. But the other side of this is that we may become dependent because now we are taking care of the house, but we also are not willing and are not able to at times ask for money, talk about money in the house. So if you take a role where you are at home and taking care of your family, and if you're also not asking for money, then how are you to bring money in your life? And that's when a lot of women express the desire of doing something of their own. So I wanted to give you a gist of the kind of conversations we listen to and the stories that women tell us. And the reason I'm also sharing this with you is so that if it relates with you, then it's only because it is really a common story. Okay, so money challenges that women face are pretty common. Similarly, the goals that we have are pretty common. Okay, something more about women on wealth I want to share with everybody is that so we've been published in Femina magazine. We've also been recognized, and we've shown, we've appeared on live TV channels like NDTV, Hindustan Times, and Z Business News. We are also India partners with Sherry Blair Foundation for Women. And every year, Sherry Blair Foundation for Women gives an opportunity for the women in our community to get free 1 year mentorship with them once they're shortlisted. And in fact, Sherry Blair herself, who is the wife of ex Britain's Prime Minister, Mr. Tony Blair, she had visited Women on Wealth a couple of years ago, and she had come and spent time in our, workplace. So I didn't, as a recognition of the work that we are doing in this field of imparting financial education to all women. So those have been some of our accomplishments, and we take pride in our growing community of women. They come in as homemakers, they come in as business professionals, but they all become investors who are investing independently and confidently. So you guys have come here today because you want financial success in your life, wherever you may be, whatever your definition of financial success is. And to kickstart, we sent you a message with some questions. And I think these are relevant questions, and it's relevant. It's relevant because we're living in this period where COVID has really impacted the world. It has impacted our individual lives as well. If we had not seen an impact 6 months later, some people are beginning to see the impact now, right? So I welcome everybody, and want to listen to your answers, and we will use the chat here to put your answers to the questions that we had sent out to you. And I request everybody to actively participate, because your participation in your financial success matters to you, right? So if you're here to gain something today, to gain value, participate and take value. So the question is, what is the one lesson COVID has taught you guys about your financial life? So if you could put that in the chat, and for everybody watching us live on Facebook as well. So what is that lesson that COVID has really taught you about your financial life? So please use the chat box that's there to answer your questions, and we'll begin with this one. So go ahead. So use the chat box to answer the question, what's COVID taught you about life? So Vrinda, Pooja, Poonam, Kadambari, Hina, go ahead. Has COVID taught you anything at all about your financial life? Okay, Saloni says that it has taught her the importance of having money aside for emergencies. Yes, true. And it really, nobody knew that it's going to extend to us seeing now the end of end of the year and still in lockdown mode. Okay. Poonam is saying that we need to have financial savings for medical emergencies also. So true, Poonam. I truly acknowledge that as well. Okay, Kadambari, yes, I really don't need so much of money that I used to spend before. Truly, that has been my personal learning as well. That yeah, we don't need that. I can make do with just two t-shirts, Okay. It just makes me wonder, Kadambari, then what were we doing with all the money then earlier? Now that we have this realization that so much is not required, why did we feel that so much was required pre-COVID? That's another question, right? Okay. What about others? Has COVID taught you anything at all? Kritika, Hina, we'd love to hear you, and we'd love to see everybody participate. Yeah. I think for me, another realization is today it's COVID. Um, for one, of course, nothing of this global impact had I ever even imagined. And uh, number two is that uncertainty which has hit us. Sometimes you can have a clear vision of, okay, in another 2 months, this problem is going to go away. But I think with COVID, uncertainty has just loomed for too long, and it still continues to be around us, uh, not being able to give us any clarity of how it's going to be 6 months down the line as well, right? Got that. Okay. Now, the second question I want to ask you guys is something we had put out. Having learned from COVID, what is that number one financial goal you want to start working towards without further delay, and for which you might have chosen to show up this morning? Otherwise, who wants to wake up early on a Sunday morning and then come to a Zoom session, right? But what is it that has brought you here? What is that one priority financial goal that you want to start working on without further delay? Okay, Bina adds that her learning has been, if we don't be careful with our money, Don't give every rupee a job. It could be in a soup. Yes. So this question is for everyone participating. Please acknowledge that you have a financial goal that you want to work towards. Okay. So could you put in the chat box, what is that key financial goal that you are here for, that you have showed up for? I'm waiting for the response. It is your moment to acknowledge that, yes, I have this goal. It's important to me and I want to work on it. No goals? Okay. Okay. Some of you have started to share. Thank you. Poonam says, I want to have that much of financial independence that I can take early retirement. Wonderful to know this, Poonam, that financial independence is a goal. My job, never stable, always wanted to be financially independent. Okay, another participant saying that, okay, you also want to be financially independent. Okay, my goal is to make investment in right places so that it yields good return. Got that, Kritika. So Kritika, this may be a mini goal inside of the big goal that you want to work towards. Okay, it's an action that you can see that, okay, I need to be investing. Number one, that's an action. Uh, and you want to be right in terms of the investment decisions you take, but why invest money? Why ensure that your money grows? What will you do when that money grows to a certain amount or a certain corpus? So that's going to be your financial goal. But the step you need to take, you can see, are that you need to invest, and you need to invest in the right places. So could you think a little more, Kritika, and then say what would you do with that money that grows for you? Okay, that would be your actual goal, you would wake up for every day. Okay, Kadambari shares, I have two basic goals: to plan and save for my child's future. Got that. And second, as I don't intend to work for a living after my 50, I want to be financially sorted. Awesome, thank you. Okay, Vrinda says want to be self-sufficient to support myself in all ways. Okay, got that. All right. So some of the common themes that are coming out, financial independence is definitely one. uh, Being financial independence is one, and then being financially independent. Support family expenses. Okay, and then retire early is another theme that is coming out. Child's future is another theme that's coming out, right? Okay, got that. Do some of you have goals like, they may not be priority, like buying a property of your own, or going on a holiday, or buying that diamond ring? Okay, buying a car for your child's marriage. So these may be usually these are some other common goals that show up. Hina also says, always want to be financially independent and want to invest at right places, because we are suffering now because we invest at wrong place that did not return our money. Got that. So Hina, here's a question for you. Thank you so much for sharing that you are here because you somewhere believe that maybe this space is going to help you learn the right way of investing. Okay, Kadambari, yes, all these mentioned other perks, true, but this is one key goal you want to work towards. Okay, Hina, you may want to. I would ask you this: that what, how were those investment decisions made, where you today stand and say that, okay, what I did in the past, investment decisions were wrong. So, how did you make those investment decisions in the past? What was the method that you followed in the past? If you could also share that, that would be great. Okay. And I'm going to now, as you write those goals, yes, buy a house and retire early. So I ask these questions because it is important for you to know why you're spending your 90 minutes here. You all are busy people, right? You would have wanted to maybe continue to sleep in today, but you showed up. So know that any conversation I'm having with you guys today and any responses you're giving is all to have you reach these goals. So your participation is for these goals to happen. Okay. So I encourage you to be here and think of these goals as you continue with us this morning. And I'm going to now share and something on the screen and move us all forward. This is why we are here today. And financial success is a combination of wealth and wisdom. What you will learn in the next close to 1 hour you spend, the 3 phases of wealth creation and steps to create wealth. How do I do it? And assets and liabilities and calculating your net worth. Okay. Please, I'm sure you understand that there's a whole lot you can learn about personal finance alone. And today it is just the tip of the iceberg. Today we're just beginning the conversation. And so that we all think in the right, take the right steps and think in the right direction where financial success becomes available to us. Anybody here who thinks that learning finance is tough, please put it in the chat box. Anybody here who thinks that, oh, it is tough, I don't understand, I don't have the educational background? And while you respond, I'm also reading some of the other responses I had received. Priyanka said, gift a car to my husband and a house for myself. Yes, wow, Priyanka. Then Hina said, my husband decided to keep our money at private finance people that give interest on our money, but they don't give single. Okay, okay. Well, that's the thing. So Hina is sharing how her money used to be with private financing people who promised to give a certain interest, and that didn't work, and she didn't get any single rupee. Okay, so this is why it is important, Hina, for you to get financially educated so you know what's happening and you know when such promises, big promises are made, are they true or not, so your knowledge will guide you. Okay, Kritika acknowledges that finance has always been tough. Priyanka also says so for me. Okay. What about others? How have you seen personal finance? Is it an easy subject, difficult? Is it something that I can never understand? So I want to share with you guys that finance is a system and everyone can learn it. How can I say it with so much confidence? Because look at me, I've learned it. So will you. I come from a science background. And for a long time, I always thought that understanding money, making money, is something that only people with commerce background or some finance background are able to do it. And because I lived with this myth, it always stopped me from learning it. It always stopped me from thinking that I can also do it. For me, it was clear that I cannot do it because I just don't have the financial, I just don't have that kind of education. Because I chose to study science, I can never be good with personal finance or money or anything like that. But that was my myth which got broken for me. So I came here, I learned the system, and today what I do is, from not knowing about money, investing, I used to shy away and run away from conversations around investments, not knowing how to file my own income tax, to today, after 6 years taking on this financial education, I invest on my own, and I also learned the art of picking good quality stocks, and I also invest in the stock market on my own. I file my own income tax. And when I was not saving or doing good things with my money, I was not living my life in a way. I love going on holidays, but that was not possible because I used to be broke almost every month. There were times when I would borrow 500,000 rupees from a friend or my sister just to complete the month. That used to be my life. But thanks to Women on Wealth and the programs that I've done with Women on Wealth, um, I now save and also fulfill some of my desires, like going on a holiday. And I feel really proud to when I shared that in 2019 I went on a 3-week vacation to my dream destination. I wanted to go to Japan. I made that possible, and I didn't just go to Japan with the money that I was able to save thanks to learning and upskilling in finance. I could also rope in Singapore and Hong Kong, and I did that whole trip with my own money in 3 weeks' time, right? At the 3-week vacation. So it is possible if you learn this skill. So know that today, if there's nothing you take away, I want you to take away at least this, that you can do it. Okay. You just need to find the right system. You just need to find the right people to teach you the system. Okay. Who will teach you step 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can do it. Okay. Some of the programs that we do run at Women on Wealth, Money Gym, and I'll tell you more about it. It's a personal finance blueprint, the art of picking quality stocks for beginners, something that has made me a stock investor. Uh, and yeah, I did also appear on NDTV where we talked about the stock market last month. So my video is somewhere there out there in the world. I also run the program Debt to Freedom Intensive, because I was in debt and I came out of it, and I know how it feels. And what steps I have taken is what I'm making available for women. It's a 30-day online program that we run where women who are in debt can find their way to come out of debt faster and how to stay debt free. So that's something that I run. We also have a program on relationship and money intensive, because it becomes difficult to talk to people around us about money, but it is also critical to talk about money, especially if you're married and you have a spouse. You want to partner with your spouse to find financial success for the family, as well as individuals. So that's why we have relationship and money intensive. We also have Kids and Money. Bina, who is right here with us, she runs Kids and Money for children between the age of 8 to 14. Financial education, why we are struggling today is because as adults, we are struggling. If I learned this at 30, had I learned this at 8, I would have been at a different place by now, right? Who do I blame? Who do I go and blame that for me not being able to take charge of my money life? Can I blame my parents? Can I blame the education system? Let's take responsibility and know that today at Women on Wealth, this is available. So for Kids and Money, 8 to 14 years, we're starting a new batch very soon. So do contact us. We also do premium one-on-one coaching. Sometimes the kind of lives we lead, we need that kind of hand holding and deep diving into our finance. So that is also available for our women. Okay. At Women on Wealth, we say that because finance is a system, we also say that finance is not a weekend activity. It's not that you come today, you learn what you learn, and then you're set for life. No, today is just the beginning for you. Maybe for some of you, today is just the beginning. Okay. And here is how you can keep coming back to Women on Wealth and keep learning about personal finance, become comfortable with the idea of money and with the idea of talking about money, okay, and including money in your money conversations in your life. So Mondays 5 p.m. live on Facebook, we do coffee conversations with our program graduates. They will share why they took up this and how it has benefited them. On Tuesdays at 10 a.m. we do decoding the ET wealth. Just because we are not reading it, it doesn't mean that it's not happening in the world, right? So that's why decoding the Economic Times Wealth magazine, it's a really good starter starter magazine. Okay, so you should check it out. We also have our online money book club where we meet on Wednesdays 5 p.m. to discuss a book on personal finance, investing, habit building, and mindset building. So if you would like to be a part of this group, you can let us know and we'll share the link with you. It's a free book club, money book club. We also do on 5 p.m. Thursdays 5 p.m. we bring investment mastery series. Uh, this is a live conversation that Priyanka runs on the various. So far, we've done so many episodes, and currently we are doing a series on mutual funds, which you do not want to miss. So schedule yourself for 5 p.m. Thursdays. Friday, 10 a.m., we talk about economic times, especially covering the business news from around the world and, how it's impacting us and how we can learn and leverage the news that's available. At Sunday, 10 p.m., I also run, candid community conversations because sometimes it's just important to talk about money in a very informal uh, group, which is why we do this Sunday nights at 10 p.m. So if anybody would like to join that tonight at 10 p.m., then you can do that too. Okay. We are on Facebook, Instagram. We have a website. We are also on Telegram and YouTube. You can check out these resources and follow us wherever you are. Okay. And now I will unlock the 3 secrets that you're here for. So secret number 1, I hope you have a pen and paper handy. If not, then I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to grab a pen and a paper because you would want to make notes. Okay, while I just check what's happening in the chat. Okay, Pooja, you're saying that finance, you need to understand it in a better way. Kadambari is saying, for me, finance is something that I have mismanaged. It takes a lot to acknowledge that you have mismanaged your money, Kadambari. And, thank you so much for acknowledging that. Brinda says, I have too, always did not manage my personal finance in proper way, lending to people at their needs, giving in family. Okay. Brinda, it just goes to say that you have a big heart. Okay. But you need a bigger heart to ask that money back as well, So, but I can totally relate to what you're saying. And I feel that personally, I've also been somebody who has given money to family members and not asked money back. Sometimes I feel like, okay, it's given, so it's given, so I don't want to ask money back. But I've also identified that as my pattern. I may give, but I am not able to see the impact it has on my goals. And I feel that today, because I've been able to manage my money better, then I'm in a better position to help more people, right? So that is what has become available for me. Because I'm managing my money better, I'm able to be useful, financially useful to my family members in a far better way than what I used to do with random just giving. But planning and structured has helped me do that. So when you look at your finances and take a financial education, Vrinda, you will be able to help more people. You will see that, okay? At the same time, building your wealth. Okay, so I'm trusting that you all have pen and paper. So 3 phases of wealth creation: accumulation phase, growth phase, and income phase. Okay, what does this mean? For your money to grow, we must first accumulate money, which means we're saving and investing even in small amounts. A common question that people ask us is, do I need a lot of money to start investing? And the answer is no. You can start as small as 500 rupees. Okay? The point is to start. If we don't start with even that 500, how will we reach 5,000 or 50,000 or 5 lakhs or 50 lakhs? Right? So the point is to start accumulating. Then you will see a growth happening in your money, So just yesterday, I was sharing in the community how I received I have invested in a gold bond, and yesterday I got that interest credited to my bank account. How much was it? It was 95 rupees and 88 paise. Small amount, but I can see that because I have started to accumulate, it is growing. And not just growing, I've also started to receive the income. Okay. So if you have ever thought that it's going to take me a huge number of years to receive income, then it is not true. Okay. You can experience, as you accumulate, you can experience the growth of your money happening as well as the income coming in simultaneously. But the first step is to accumulate your wealth. Okay. So please remember that you can start small as far as your investments are concerned. Okay. You can start monthly in the SIP mode. Okay. Systematic investment plan. So where you're putting in small bits every month, you will experience that your money is growing simultaneously. And with the investments you're doing, you will also experience that you are generating income. So they all go together and you don't need to uh, wait. Vrinda, you're at the right place. Okay. Uh, right at this moment, I want you to just focus on what you're learning. Okay. Stay with me, and then know that by the end of this session, you will come out more informed. Okay. And there is no rush. Please do not rush. Okay. And we will tell you how you can start without losing your confidence or getting your confidence back. So is that clear to everybody that there are three phases of wealth creation and then they happen all at the same time? If you have understood this, then please put it in the chat box. Yes, that you are clear that there are three phases of wealth creation. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So what you know today is that there are three phases and सब साथ साथ में भी चलता है. Okay. Yeah. Vrinda, so for you to build wealth, right? Know that there are three phases of building wealth. First is the accumulation phase, where you have to accumulate money. Something has to grow. For that to grow, you have to first put things together, right? Which means you do all your saving and investments. Then your money will grow. That's a growth phase. Okay. And you generate income as well in the form of the returns your investments give you. So these are the थ्री फेजेस. सो अक्यूमुलेशन होगा, पहले आप इकट्ठा करोगे पैसा, सेविंग करोगे धीरे धीरे करके, राइट? और छोटे अमाउंट से भी शुरू कर सकते हो. ये नहीं कि हमें बड़े अमाउंट से ही शुरू करना है, नहीं. आप 500 रुपए से भी इन्वेस्टमेंट शुरू कर सकते हो, लेकिन इसको इकट्ठा करना जरूरी है. उसके बाद ये ग्रो करेगा, है ना? एंड जब ये ग्रो करेगा तो आपको फिर इसका इन्वेस्टमेंट का रिटर्न मिलेगा आपको. बट ये स्टेजेस हम accumulate नहीं करके सीधा ग्रोथ में नहीं जा सकते. Okay, so that's the point. Now the next secret, people often ask, how do I do it? वृंदा ने पूछा अभी कि अच्छा कैसे कर सकते हैं, कैसे मैं स्टार्ट करूं without losing confidence. पहले तो आप स्टार्ट तो करो. डर के मारे अगर if we are fearful because something happened in the past, right? Because I lost money, people are fearful. If we stay with that fear and don't resolve to start again, then we'll never be able to create wealth. But what is important is for us to learn what happened in the past because of which my decisions were wrong. Like one of you shared, right, that I made wrong decision with my money because I just gave it to a private lender. So how not to do that and do it in an educated manner, where I know what I'm getting into, okay? But first point is for you all to resolve to start. We can wish for a lot of things to happen. We can wish for financial independence. We can wish to be financially independent. कि पैसा financial independence और financial independent में क्या फर्क है? Can somebody tell me in the chat what is the difference between financial independence and being financially independent? क्या फर्क है? फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट एक है जो हम होना चाहते हैं, और फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंस भी है एक जो हम अचीव करना चाहते हैं. इसमें क्या फर्क है? एनीबडी नोज दैट? वृंदा, yeah, your age and academic qualifications, जैसे मैंने बोला कि उससे कुछ नहीं होता. ओके, है ना? ओके वृंदा, जो भी एज है सीख सकते हैं आप. सिस्टम सीखो, करो. एंड एजुकेशन बैकग्राउंड से भी कुछ नहीं होता. ये नहीं कि इफ दे आर डॉक्टर्स, दे आर इंजीनियर्स या ये साइंटिस्ट, दे आर वेल्थ क्रिएटर्स. नो, इट इज नॉट ट्रू, राइट? द पॉइंट इज दैट are we working on our habits, our mindset? Are we doing the due diligence? That's what matters. किसी ने मेरे सवाल का जवाब नहीं दिया कि फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट होना और फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंस मिलना, इसके बीच में क्या अंतर है? नहीं पता है तो आप बोल दो, नो, टेल मी. So does anybody know the difference? Yes, I will share कि फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट होना और फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंस मिलना, इसमें क्या फर्क है? व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन? वी ऑल से दिस वेरी रैंडमली, यू नो, oh, I want to be financially independent, I want financial independence. But what is the difference? Since I have not received any response, I'm taking ki we don't know the difference perhaps. uh, financially independent, okay, I always thought that I'm an independent woman. Why? Because I'm earning my money, and I'm not answerable to anyone. I don't have to ask anybody for money. I earn my money. I happily spend it the way I want to. I'm financially independent. I am not dependent कि कोई मुझे अब मेरा डेली खर्चा दे, you know, या if I want to help someone, first I have to ask money from someone. You know, I'm not dependent on anyone for my money today. I don't have to ask my father. I don't have a husband. I'm not married. So I don't have to ask my brother or anybody. So I am financially independent. Okay. But do I have financial independence? No. क्या मुझे जॉब में जाना पड़ता है? Yes, जाना पड़ता है. Okay. क्योंकि मेरा सैलरी आता है तो वही यूज करती हूँ ना मैं. So financially independent just means today I don't have to depend on anybody to bring money into my life or to use the money that I bring into my life. Okay. Financial independence, that is that stage in your financial life where you've invested your money and your money is making money. अभी हमने बात किया growth phase का, right? You accumulate, your money is growing, and you get the income phase, right? जहाँ पे आपका where your monthly expense is met by the returns from your investment. That is financial independence, right? Where you don't have to work for money. When you have to even ask for your money, then you're dependent. But when you don't have to work for money, but money is working for you because you have done such a great job in investing in the right places, that is financial independence. So please, we may be independent women, but we may be financially dependent, right? So I just wanted to get the difference out for everybody, okay? So the question, how do I do it? How do I become financially successful? Number one, resolve to start. You must. Number two, research, method and a system. Okay. The biggest mistake you can do with your money life is invest without knowing what you're investing in. It is not enough to just know it gives me this much return. Okay. But it is a human nature to be greedy for better returns. Right? It's also human nature to be fearful as far as our money is concerned. Your fear and greed. I want better returns and I'll invest. Okay. Or I don't want to take risk because I'm fearful that I might lose my money. How do you balance these two? If you want to make money, you have to let go of your fears slowly. right? And you want to increase your wealth, then you have to ensure that you're also putting your money in the right places. And somebody did that thing of investing at the wrong place, but how many times can you do this with your money? You can't be playing around with it, but you, at the same time, you can't also be sitting with fear, which is why we always educate women in doing their own research. Find a method that works, and the method we have been using is called money gym. It's a proven system. We are all using the same system. And why are we using this system? Because it works. And it is the same proven system that I will introduce you to. So research and method, please note this. Number two, don't go invest your money without your research. Okay. Number three is investor attitude, willingness to learn, persistence and discipline. बिना इसके नहीं होने वाला है, right? Or you find somebody who is going to do all this for you, जो persist भी करे, discipline में भी पैसा invest कर दे आपके लिए, you know, willingness भी हो पढ़ने लिखने का and all of that, you know. So your investor attitude matters. Okay, if you are here today, it tells me you're willing to put in that time and effort. Okay. And number two is to persist. You come to all our free lives. Persist in learning this. आज समझ में नहीं आ रहा, आप 10 sessions attend करोगे, अब समझ में आना शुरू हो जाएगा, right? But don't give up because you don't understand. And I always tell this: if you don't understand, you go back and read that 5 more times. You will understand at the end of it. Okay, so your investor attitude should be: if you started today, you are not going to let go of it. Don't make money a weekend activity कि मन किया तो किया, you know, मन नहीं, मूड नहीं हुआ, समझ में नहीं आया तो नहीं किया. No, you have to build it in you to persist. The next thing is discipline. The biggest area where discipline will be required from you as an investor would be that you're investing regularly. Okay, if you don't have the discipline of investing regularly, then how will the system even generate money for you, right? So the investor attitude you must build in you is, women must build our willingness to learn. Okay, नहीं समझ में आया तो गिव अप नहीं करने का, पूछना है कि अच्छा समझ में नहीं आया. Okay, and that is why we have a community in Women of Wealth. I'll tell you more about that. Persistence, discipline. The next thing you need is mentor, right? Many people want to do it on their own, right? We can do it on our own, but it may take us a lot more time. And with money, the best friend of money is time. You give money more time, it is going to grow more. Okay, so which is where mentors are a key in helping us shorten the journey of learning, right? Then the community, because certain things in life we can't do on our own. Yeah. Thank you, Vrinda. Thank you so much for it. You made my day. Okay, you made my day by saying that. So community, certain things in life we can't do on our own. Okay, शादी हम अकेले ही कर सकते हैं, अकेले ही रहना है. But with community, that was a bad joke. I realized. But the secret success ingredient in our community is that we are together. When I don't understand something, who do I go to? I go to my community and I ask them a question. I don't understand this. I also ask them, can somebody work with me and help me understand this? Is somebody willing to study with me? And that is how the community is growing. That is how we are persisting in financial education. Okay, so that is available for you too. Here are some women from our community. And Prema, she joined Money Gym, and she joined Women on Wealth as she's a baker, a home baker, and she had come with zero knowledge about investing, zero knowledge about managing her money. And you know, she had a lot of debt. She had 10 lakh debt. और husband और wife ने मिलके घर setup करने में, you know, they took lot of EMIs में, lot of stuff they bought, and इकट्ठा होके 10 lakh debt हो गया था. But to them, surprisingly, उनको ये debt नहीं लगा, उनको ये नहीं लगा कि उन्होंने loan लिया है. उनको बस लगा ये EMI है, और every month from the salary, when the EMI is going and you are able to pay, you're fine, right? But when she came to the program and realized, oh, all of this is loan on my head, then she wanted to speed things up. Or she joined the Money Gym program. Through the Money Gym program, through the structures and the proven system in the Money Gym program, Prema and her husband, Prema especially, she did this work. Her husband was against it initially. Her husband didn't want her to learn because, it's a struggle to make all these changes at home. But she persisted. She was disciplined in applying the learnings in her life, and she became debt free in 22 months. And that's when her husband flipped and said that, oh, you know what you're doing now. And uh, you are the finance minister of the house. And now her husband gives her the money. She has also learned the art of picking quality stocks. She's, fixed her emergency fund in 3 months after becoming debt free. She took care of the insurances in place and everything. They bought a land in her hometown. Okay, उन्होंने गाड़ी खरीदा, paid off and everything, and then they want the next step of their life to prepare for a baby in their life, and how the husband and wife financially work together to go through everything. And now they celebrated their baby's first birthday recently. So that's the story of Prema. Roli is a fashion designer, and when Roli came to learn about her money life and started to become an investor, studying and investing herself, her father-in-law gave her the booklets and said, okay, you know what you're doing because you're studying and investing. So here, can you also manage my portfolio? And gave it to Roli. So we're really proud of all these women. Anjali is a doctor. Anjali, when she came, she didn't know about money like many of us women. And then, but within the 2 years of being in the community, she has increased her net worth. And where she came with no knowledge of her net worth, today she accumulated 18 lakhs, and that's her net worth. And she's built her emergency fund. And then they're talking about the child's higher education abroad, so putting together money for her child's higher education. All of that is happening in Anjali's life. Khushali Shah. Khushali Shah is a dear community member as well. And Khushali, when she came in again, she didn't know about all of these, and she skilled up within the community. And today, Khushali is her goal is to become an ace investor. Okay, and she does also contribute a lot to the community where we want to study, and she helps us study, and we study together. So that's what's happening in the community. We're building each other to become investors in an educated way. Okay. The third secret, I told you when I started, my net worth was negative. Okay. तो आज आपको भी पता लगाना है कि what is your net worth? How many of you know what your net worth is today? What is your financial worth? Could you put it in the chat? If you know what your net worth is, you can just say yes. That'll indicate that you know, yes, I know my net worth.
Sheetal, can you create what is assets and what is liabilities?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much, Bina. So what is your financial net worth? Okay. Number one, for you to know, first of all, what assets you have. Assets means anything that we've invested money in, and it is growing in value and gives us returns, right? Like the investments you make in property, fixed deposits, NPS, mutual funds, stocks, PPF, okay? If gold bond, gold ETFs. So all of these you have as assets which is growing in value. Okay. Liabilities kya hai? Liabilities takes money out of your pocket every month, right? If you have a loan, that every month money is going out, money is not coming to you. So liabilities are any loans that you have, credit card loans, you have home loan, okay, you have personal loan, then all comes under liabilities. So so just wanted to know if anybody had ever done an exercise where you checked your net worth. Okay, thank you. For everybody, let's do this exercise now. And how we will go about doing it is write down all the assets you have and their value as of today. And these are investments you have done yourself with your information, with your knowledge. Okay. So one side you write all the assets, on the other side you write your liabilities. अगर कोई loan है where money is getting paid out, then you make a list and how much you owe, you write that down. Okay. So I encourage everybody to do this quick exercise right now. Write down all the assets you have and their values as of today, and the
Poonam has a
liabilities.
question.
Okay. Will LICs be asset? So is it an insurance, Poonam, or is it going to give you some money back? Is it an investment or an insurance? If it is, because if it is an investment where you will get some money back, right, then you can add that if you know the value of it. But insurance is not. Okay, then you write how much you have invested so far. Okay, mutual funds, stocks, if you know, but not inheritance, not something that maybe your parents are gonna give to you. Do not add that here at this point, and unless they have become yours already. अगर आपके नाम में already आ गया है तो आपका है तो आप लिखो, नहीं तो आप मत लिखो. Okay. Okay. So I trust that everybody has calculated her net worth.
So how do they do it, Sheetal? Assets minus liabilities.
Yeah, first they have written the assets and liabilities, and for net worth, total of assets minus total liabilities. Okay, so total assets minus total liabilities. If you have no liabilities, then total assets becomes your net worth. If it is 10 lakhs of asset, then your net worth today is 10 lakhs. And if you have no liability, if you have liabilities, let's say 2 lakh aapka liabilities hai, then 10 lakh minus 2 lakh, 8 lakh becomes your net worth as of today. Okay. Kritika, I don't have liabilities. I've never tracked where all I've invested. As a banker, friend does that. And what is the worth? Okay. Okay. Got that. So thanks for acknowledging that, Kritika. And so what do you resolve to start to do, Kritika, from today? तो अब आगे क्या करना है? This is lack of financial awareness, है ना? Lack of financial consciousness. अपना ही पैसा क्या हो रहा है? If we don't keep track, then who will? Yes, we can always have relationship managers and bankers and financial advisors do that, but we got to know what's happening in our money life as well. Okay. Got it. So Kritika, what are you learning? What is the next step you want to do now? So others also share. How is it to look at your net worth? Please do put it in the chat. It'll be great to know what you're experiencing, you know.
You can say even if it is 0 or negative, no problem.
Yeah. Yes, Kritika, if you have money saved, that savings is also an asset. You have that with you as of now, right? So it is your asset. And thanks for bringing this up, Kritika. A lot of us, a lot of women, we like to save money and we want to play safe with our money. um, Something we must, the reality in the world is that mehengai, we often say mehengai बढ़ रही है. How much is it growing by? The last time I checked, September महीने में, inflation. Now, inflation, what is inflation? It is how expensive things have become, at what rate things are becoming expensive, right? So inflation was at 7% in September. That's the latest I know. Our savings, even RBI has kept savings जो है at 3 to 4%, right? Which means that if we don't find investments जो 7% से बढ़ के returns दे, and if we stay with safe instruments, then instead of our money growing, it is only going to deplete. Why? Because इन्फ्लेशन, महंगाई अगर 7% से बढ़ रही है, देन हमारी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हमें अगर लेट्स से 10% दे, देन एटलीस्ट वो 3% का वी आर मेकिंग मोर. Otherwise, inflation is going to eat out our investments. Okay, so I hope I've been able to help you get some sense कि महंगाई अगर बढ़ रही है तो उससे ज़्यादा रिटर्न वाले इन्वेस्टमेंट्स में हमें देखना चाहिए, for which you have to first educate yourself and then get into those kind of investments. Okay, so when you are going about investments, keep inflation in mind. Okay, ये नहीं कि 7% किसी ने बोला इन्वेस्टमेंट रिटर्न है तो आप खुश होके आ गए, बट सी हाउ और वेदर इट इज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू रीच योर गोल और नॉट, या 5 साल बाद और कम ही पैसा मिल रहा है आपको. ठीक है, सो जस्ट कीप दिस इन माइंड. Here are some helpful money tips. If you can take a screenshot of this, then feel free to do that. Some tips that for you to get started on: record your incoming and outgoing, differentiate between need and want, spend on your needs and not so much on your wants if you want to start accumulating, identify your pet purchases. Pet purchases are nothing but something you will not think twice before spending money. Okay, be clear about your financial goals. That's very important. Get financially mentored. अपना सिर नहीं मारना इधर उधर. I mean, why do that? With your time and money, just find a mentor, learn from the mentor and get started. Save first and spend what is left, and choose your wealth friends wisely. Number one. और अगर wealth friends नहीं है तो बना लो, because we are known by the 5 people we keep around us, they say. And anyway, if you want to build wealth, then you want to have wealth related conversations, so you need to build those friends, which is why we have the community. If you're starting a business, don't make a mistake of going without a business plan. So please build your business plan. Invest in you before anything else. We just talked about assets, and I always say this: if you want to build wealth, if you want to invest your money and grow your assets and all of that, first you become an asset by skilling up, because ultimately you are the one who's going to multiply your money. You make right choices, informed choices, then your money grows more, right? What potential of it growing more is there. So you are excited about multiplying money, you better be excited about becoming the asset yourself, becoming a multiplier of your money. Okay, so invest in you before anything else. Avoid buying a car unless you use it every day. Start an SIP, save at least 15 to 25% of your earnings, as much as you can. Build an emergency fund. If you invest in stocks or mutual funds, pay due attention and do real analysis yourself. Don't go by tips. Okay, don't invest on tips or husband ne bola, broker ne bola, advisor ne bola. Please don't do that. Educate yourself and study and be informed. Never invest in insurance for returns. Okay, insurance is meant to protect us, protect our money. It is not supposed to be making our money. right? So investment insurance को कभी mix मत करना insurance के साथ. It's a risk management tool. And never use credit cards for lavish spending, or use credit cards use credit cards intelligently and for needs, not for wants. Okay. एंड काफ़ी लोगों ने हमें पूछा है कि अच्छा, हाउ कैन आई स्टार्ट, या what is it that I do, how do I not make this mistake again that has happened with me, if I've never paid attention to my money life, what is it that I can do right now at my age, whether you are 40 years old, 30 years old, 50 years old, uh, I think instead of worrying about money, if you start educating, then your worry will go. And I will now introduce you to our proven system, that which all women in our community are following, so that they are able to create their financial life, right? And just reminded me of sharing something. Just I'll share with you in a while. Okay, let me first tell you about the proven system that we have. So Money Gym is a personal finance blueprint, and it's ultimate training system designed to give you access to your financial freedom. Okay, and please know that decisions change destiny. अगर आप आज आए हो तो डिसाइड करके जाना है कि आपको बदलना है आपका डेस्टिनी. Okay, so as women we like to be on the fence कि decide नहीं करने का हमें, we will say okay, session में आना, क्या आपको यहीं पे कहीं जाना है, oh I'll decide later, we put a lot of things at a later, so that everybody else सबका ठिकाने पे लगा दे तब हम अपने लिए decide करेंगे. No, today you decide for yourself. Okay, so don't think much about, because this is going to help you and your family. So decisions change destiny. So I request that you decide for yourself, make a choice today. What is Money Gym? Is a 6-step program. It will help you build your vision, a vision for yourself, so you know clearly where are you headed in life. Identify your current financial situation. A bit of that you did today in the net worth exercise. So knowing more about where all your money is going and how to grow your net worth. Money Gym में और क्या होगा? Identify the gap between where you are financially today and where you want to be, and build a roadmap to reach there. Number 4, build your financial plan, retirement plan, become your own financial planner. Why give money to a financial planner when you can learn the system and be the financial planner of your house, and have clear financial plan? Okay. Number 5, build your investment portfolio. Learn how to identify equity mutual funds, gold bonds, gold funds, physical gold, and all other safe instruments. So you will learn about all the investment types that exist. And then from there, you can select which ones you should be including in your portfolio. Okay. Diversification is a cool tip. Everybody says in investment, diversify. But diversify how? How much of what should I have? And how do I align my investments with my goals? You know, just looking at 10% return if I take something, but I am taking a short term goal, and what 10% return is only after 5 years, then what is the point of taking that instrument for this goal, right? So that understanding of that and will come all in the financial plan, investment portfolio. We want to be smart with the kind of portfolio we're building and financial plan we're making, right? So you will learn all of that in a Money Gym program. Build financial integrity, a balance between immediate gratification and goals. Uh, you want to enjoy your life, right? You want to enjoy your life right now, and you want to enjoy your life later. So how do you balance it? Uh, if we've never focused about the future, we've just looked at spending money now, then the future is impacted. But if I just save money for the future and don't spend little amounts on myself, then I may be frustrated in this journey. So how do you balance so that you're fulfilled as you make build wealth for yourself? So that balance you will learn in the Money Gym program. Okay. um, and what happens after you do the Money Gym program? You become a part of a thriving community. So this is a snapshot of a monthly meetup in progress. All the people who do the Money Gym program, we all get together on the first Saturday of the month, and we talk about continuous education, financial education. We ask and give support during the community meets, and it also helps us stay on track. We celebrate when somebody's net worth has increased, and if someone has had a challenge, then we also talk about that. Okay, so this is what we do in the monthly meetup. And what's the lifetime value you get? If you learn money gym, let's say if you learn that proven system, what do you get? You come out of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm a result of that. Okay, I've come out of living paycheck to paycheck. हर महीना ओहो next salary का इंतजार नहीं करना पड़ेगा. You become debt free faster. If you have loans, then you work on this money gym program, you become debt free faster. And we have results of such women in the community. Your savings increase by 25%. A lot of women have said that and done that. You're driven by your financial goals. Be comfortable in asking for money and talking about it. So that's also another value you get. Learn basics of financial planning, especially retirement. Become your own financial planner. Build an investment portfolio independently and confidently, please remember, by learning the step-by-step method to pick your investments. So financially dependent, say, bahar aake, and the great thing about financial education is that once you are educated, nobody can take it away from you. It is yours. Okay, so this is the lifetime value that you will get, and you can start today by registering for our money gym program. I'm going to give you more details about it, and in the meantime, I do want to remind all our viewers on Facebook to post your inquiry on the chat as we close this session for our Facebook Live viewers, and do leave your comments so that we can get back to you, everybody who's watching us live on Facebook. So thank you for being with us this morning. And